Hello YouTube, Jonathan800 here. So today I will be showcasing what I believe is to be one of the greatest reworks in Hearts of Iron 4, and that is Historical Hungary. This is surprisingly, I would say, one of the better paths in the new DLC Götterdammerung. And I actually had quite a lot of fun playing Historical Hungary. Well, somewhat. You'll see what happened. So, Hungary now is completely non-aligned, which somewhat makes sense, because historically Horthy was, from what I could tell, kind of iffy about expanding German influence in his country, and he would eventually get couped, and you're just seeing a peacetime go by extremely fast, because, to be fair, I'll admit, it's kind of rough just sitting around, but I play USA for fun, so it's actually not that bad. So I renounced Trianon. All is good. I decide to get Slovakia. I find it kind of funny that the Czechs turn into the Czech Republic, and then this happens. I actually did make a bug report because of how genuinely upset I was. Genuinely. Yeah, there we go. Like, I sat here for a solid minute-ish, just staring at everything going on. So, what else? That was not the only bug, but the problem with Slovakia doing that was I couldn't have Carpatho-Ukraine, and a good chunk of my army tree is actually locked behind having that, so oopsie poopsie. Also, Romania, that whole Transylvania thing, I picked the historical option. I get an ahistorical response, which I did not expect. But, oh well. So, I didn't actually start World War II in this thing. Poland was already attacked, so I'm not the true enemy, right? So we have one less ally to work with because Romania joined allies. So my infantry division, I believe, is just a starting division, 6 widths, but a few extra more support companies. As usual, when it comes to Axis miners, I do tanks. For 36 width tanks, they are pretty good. But since Götterdammerung improved the AI actually now uses anti-tank. So you will see me experimenting with very expensive tank designs. So I decided to use cast armor because I could not afford the chromium to do welded. And it didn't really matter, they still got pierced. So it turns out, what is it? If you don't want to be pierced, you really have to go up with armor ticks. Therefore, you also have to increase your speed. And what else? Yeah, I was almost always in a tank deficit. I was struggling to afford my 10 tanks I believe I would eventually own. But compared to the infantry, they perform quite well. And I clicked focus there to proclaim Greater Hungary. Dang, words are hard sometimes. So, most of the war is, from what I can tell, most of this video is, well, I wouldn't say most. But I do spend a good chunk of time trying to take out Romania, because I still do not have much of a tank force. Those motorcycle divisions, those came from a, well, not motorcycle, bicycle divisions came from a focus, and they're just 8 widths. They actually aren't good. I just could not afford to change them over to tanks. I could have done mechanized though, but I also just could not afford rubber. I spent most of my rubber on planes. And there goes Romania. Decided to attack for West Banat because everyone wants good borders, and that's the decision of demanding it. I just get 3 war support. No war goals. So, had to manually justify there. Greater Hungary, I don't know how I would rate the color. It is unique. Alright, so the Yugoslavs, they couldn't hold the line to save themselves. What else? When I saw that Turan focus, good tanks at War Thunder actually. What is it? What was I thinking of saying? As you tell, these videos are unscripted garbage. What else? Yeah, I actually never used sloped armor on my tank, so that probably explains it. But when I played a US game off camera, actually quite fun. Casual, 78,000 casualties to the entire Axis, and I eliminated like almost 2 million Germans. That was fun. I probably should have recorded that. So what was I talking about again? Oh, classic moment. So, oh yeah, probably was sloped armor. The tanks that I used, they held their own because they were fully mechanized after a bit, and I used 1943 tanks, which also boost armor. And I could be talking about the video itself. The entire southern front is manned by me because there's no Romania. So my Grand Battle Plan left, pretty good for planning bonus and such. It looks like I did a teleport thing there. Me doing evil exploits. So I'm trying to make this massive encirclement, but the AI is trying to escape somewhat. And I am running out of supplies. But that won't stop me, I'll figure it out. And those strength bars on the tanks are starting to go down precariously. That is very cool. Looking back in hindsight, I really am about to I could have easily gotten encircled with a good shot of the Germans, but instead the Russians were the ones that got encircled. And I got them encircled in 2 spots actually. So basically the Soviet front kind of collapsed. But you know what else collapsed? German logistics. We eventually ran out of supply pretty quickly. So once we took the big 3, we were kind of stuck. But we aren't there yet. So I decided to do a classic encirclement at Ukraine. Battle Kursk. I'm no longer really getting any land. But oh well. So a nice thing that Hungary actually has is it has a designer that helps you build supply hubs. So once you start seeing me do other stuff that isn't in Russia, it's because I'm building supply hubs to try and get supply. Because tanks do not work well when they have no supply. And the Germans just are completely trashed when they have no supply. And they also have like minus supply hub radius things. Because historically accurate, I guess. Well, it's not, I guess. They just had an awful logistics system in real life. And with that, a good chunk of Ukraine got encircled. So, rip them. Trying to remember how many casualties I gave the Soviets. I know it was second place because the Germans just bashed the front line enough until they won. Well, we're actually in Italy, so that shows that, what is it? Yeah, I'm not proud of that. This is a month-long battle, and the strength bars on those tanks, they're not doing so hot. But I eventually cleared that up, but it didn't matter. The Italians lost it all. So I went back to Russia, trying to get some stuff done. But then I got naval invaded. Well, I didn't get naval invaded. Italy did. So I had to clean that up. So I have relegated my duties to basically the fireman, like modal, but Hungarian and not brown ideology. So there goes that invasion. I just gave up on trying to clear Italy. I did not want to have that mess again with Toronto. Not Toronto. What's it called? I don't know. Not Canadian, Toronto. Alright. So, we actually pushed through the Urals. The Soviets are on their last legs. But I still had to clean up a massive invasion. And there goes Balkan D-Day 2. But actual D-Day is going on. So, I quickly tried to rush over troops there while also trying to just get the death blow on the Soviets so I can actually do something else. Turns out once you get those supply hubs in the east, you actually can do stuff. And talking about doing stuff, I am trying to push back D-Day, and I successfully get the port. So, with that, southern France is just completely doomed for the, for the Allies. But the Soviet Union finally capitulated. This is why I would say Law Resistance is actually not a bad DLC, because it gives you collab governments, which I did not bother to do. But let's talk about Hungary itself. Overall, good focus tree. Could really use some bug clearing so you can actually keep Slovakia and do a good portion of your focus tree. I never actually did get Burgenland. The Germans just said no. I was like, fair enough, I am not going to attack the hand that feeds me. So, back to the Italian campaign. I built up some of my reserves, but not much of one. I've been using 1940 tanks this entire time, basically. His 1944. There's actually a reasoning to this, and also there's just a massive encirclement right there. So, before Götterdämmerung, basically the meta was 1938 basic medium tanks and you keep it all game, and reliability is a myth. Reliability is still somewhat a myth, but you might actually want to improve your tanks because the Allies learned to use anti-tank. But also in multiplayer you are going to battle against, oh, there goes 645,000 US troops or Allied troops. Yeah, you're gonna get pierced anyway, so why bother with that? Staying unpierced. I personally like to be not pierced so I can take less damage. So yeah, here's Turkey. The Italians did a successful naval invasion. They may not be able to defend their country, but they can sure attack Turkey. So I sent my tanks over. Also, that's not 10 tanks. That is, what is it, 8? Yeah, probably 8 tanks. Yeah, 8. So, Turkey, I have no idea why they have 10 trillion victory points. It just makes invading them annoying. But they eventually collapse, and yeah, I have not much else to say. So, Africa campaign kicks off again. Vichy France is getting this because the Italians do not deserve it. Though they did actually help with the Turkish campaign, like I said. I don't know, many Hungarians died for the Italians that couldn't save themselves, even when I pretty much cleared Allied presence there for a bit. So I'm busy trying to get the Allied troops here in an encirclement. It's not going completely well, but I am making quite a bit of progress. But I do believe I get a good chunk of them right there, yeah. Not all of them, but some of them. Fillets pocket mentality. So yeah, not much else to say. I just wanted to clear out and secure the meta and just call it my victory condition, because I am not going to invade the UK. I am not going to invade America. I'm just going to call that a win. And yeah, quite a lot of casualties. I am the true Axis MVP. I'm like Bulgaria of World War I. Basically, the little country that could. Also, I believe Bulgaria Romania has a new state that makes it to where nice borders in the Balkans, basically. So, yeah. How would I rate Historical Hungary? A good beginner-friendly nation, actually. I approve of it quite a lot. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, you know the deal. And this is Jonathan 800 signing out.